Hello guys, now quickly before this video starts, I know it's been a long time ever since I made a video, but I know I always say, oh, my internet is trash, my computer is trash, but this time it has been extremely horrible. My computer was lagging a lot. I could barely even do anything on it at all. And my internet was extremely trashy too. I couldn't even go on YouTube or anything in order to upload, and don't even get me started on my movie maker editing software, because it didn't even respond. Every single time I entered it, it said, oh, something's wrong with the program, click here to exit out, or click here to wait. And like every single time I clicked here to wait, it took me like an hour before like it exited out by itself. Anyways, that is the reason I haven't been making videos for quite a long time. Alright, and also, I have been thinking of doing this. Well, obviously I wanted to do this when I had a bit more people on the channel, but I guess I'll just start doing it right now, because before my internet goes to hell again, I'm just gonna do it right now, so that way we could save a bit more time, save a bit more everything. But yeah, so what I'm planning to do is, instead of just me talking about on this channel about my life like a little oh my god, no, but seriously, instead of all that going on, I mean, obviously that's what you're doing here for some reason, just watching a guy talk about his life. What are you guys doing with your lives? Come on, go live. Anyways, now back to what I've actually been thinking of doing. What I've actually been thinking of doing is, you guys message me on Twitter or Instagram, stories about your lives, and like little crazy stories that have happened in your lives or whatever. And you could just message me like anything, but keep in mind, the longer the stories that you send me are, the longer and more entertaining the video will be. I'll see if I'll do 1 or 2 stories, but anyways, that's the little announcement for today, for today's video. This is like the longest announcement I've done by now. But yeah, we're just gonna see how this goes, and I've actually been thinking of doing this for a long time, but just not too much people were on here. And again, we're just gonna see how it goes. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Have fun, guys.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Hello guys, how are you doing today? So today, what has happened? Funny part is, this has actually happened a couple days ago. Back when my internet was in hell, I was waiting for it to come back, but this is basically the time I almost been literally burned alive. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm just having a casual day, right? School has finally ended, so I'm pretty sure I'll be able to make videos a bit more frequently, but don't count on it. But then basically what happens is, I am just sitting casually, just doing whatever I do, hoping for my internet to come back, being like, please, please, please come back, please come back. But then it doesn't, because the internet is a piece of trash here. So, never connect to my Wi-Fi. Oh god. Anyways, so at this moment, what I've been doing is I was just watching, I don't know, I don't even remember what I was watching, even though it happened 3 days ago. But I'm pretty sure I was watching like Family Guy or something like that. But then, I was just like petting my cat, because I have cats. And so I was just holding one of my cats, specifically Bella, and I was just petting her while watching Family Guy, having a great old wonderful time, and then I just hear my mom and my aunt talking, and I don't pay real big attention to it. But then at one moment, when I hear a loud shatter, and then immediately I see something bright, and once I look to the side, it's literally a fire. And then our smoke detector goes off. It was extremely annoying, so we just run over there. We start like, I don't know what you call it. You just like start trying to put it out by like swinging a towel next to it. Anyways, I can't think today. And then immediately my aunt, she grabs like a dry paper towel and starts trying to clean the fire with it. The paper towel catches on fire a few times, and then she doesn't see it, and so I'm like, what are you doing? And I just pull her hand away from there, and she just throws it away. And she literally almost burns the house down. It is not... It is... And then she's over there, just continuing trying to clean it. She grabs her, like, hand and starts, like, smacking it. And this was, like, all on the stove and everything. And there's, like, bits of, well, shards laying all over the place. And I am over there just, like, thinking, how did this even happen? Because I'll tell you what actually happened a bit later if you guys want. But anyways, it's not like you can answer me. So I have just been continuing trying to put the smoke detector out. While my aunt has been just continuing trying to clean the fire with a bunch of more paper towels. I think the most logical thing to do would be to wet the paper towel first, but anyways. Then my mom comes with like a spray bottle, because we have like a little spray bottle in case the cats go somewhere where they're not supposed to, we just spray them with it. She comes into it, she turns it on like, well, mist mode, and just starts putting the fire out like that. And then eventually the fire does go out, after about 5 minutes of spraying it. And so, everything was okay. No one, like, the fire was out, and, what has happened is my aunt, she was just trying to cook while we were doing whatever we were doing. She put a ceramic plate on the stove, like, with a bunch of, what's it called, flour on it. Not flour as in, like, a flour, but flour as in, well, bacon flour, whatever. And so she had that on it. And she thought she turned on rear because that's where, like, a giant pot was. She thought she turned it all up on rear, but she ended up putting it on front, and that ended up overheating it, breaking it, and then just setting everything on fire. And then I'm over there like, oh, very, very, very nice. You almost killed us, but, you know, it's okay. I mean, we're all still alive, so no big deal. But that's not what my mom thought at first. She's like, you won't. Well, she actually didn't really make a huge deal of it either. She's like, okay, we all put the fire out, everything's okay. You almost burned the house down! Alright, but like, it was a really, 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 like, weird at the moment. But as soon as it all happened, we all just had a good laugh about it. And we used to joke about, because my aunt is actually kind of clumsy, and all the time, she, like, does something like this. And this is we always joked about, like, oh, one day she's gonna burn the house down. But those 3 days ago, it actually happened. And I'm like, oh, why? But yeah. So, after she tried to burn the house down, everything was alright. We all just pretend, like, we all just went back to whatever we were doing, pretending like nothing happened. Well, obviously that's not what happened. Like, we didn't pretend like nothing happened. We all were just, like, thinking about it for a second. And then I just went back doing whatever I was doing. Right. But that is basically that. And, now just to make this video a little longer and a little bit more annoying, here's another time our house was, like, really, really close to burning down. And this is the time my mom almost burned the house down. Alright, this one has happened, I believe, 3 or 5 months ago. I really don't remember exactly. But yeah, 3 or 5 months ago, somewhere there. What happens is, I actually kind of forgot what she was trying to do. Oh, right. She was trying to, like, she was trying to, light a candle, like another candle, and she didn't want to use lighter fluid. Like, she didn't want it, because we have a very limited amount of supplies of lighter fluid, and so she didn't want to use the lighter. And she just wanted to add a candle because, well, just to make the smell go throughout the house, whatever. And I'm over there like, yeah, good luck over there. And so what she does is, again, she grabs the paper towel, and she just comes up to the fire, and she, like, very, very slowly, I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? And she's like, shh, don't talk to me. And I'm like, okay, but what are you doing? Because, like, she was grabbing the paper towel. In case you guys don't know, those are, like, extremely, extremely flammable. Like, one little piece of fire legit would light the whole thing up. It is really not efficient. But then what happens is she barely touches the fire, and the entire thing catches on fire going halfway. She drops it on the floor. The carpet started to catch on fire, And so we just like started like stomping the fire out. That's what she started doing. My immediate reaction was just to run to the sink, grab some water in a cup, pour it out. And she's like, "You got water on the floor," and I'm like, "You got fire on the floor." Uh, but then after we all did that, she's like, "Well, I thought it was only gonna light a little bit," and I'm like, "Mom, what were you even trying to do?" She's like, "Oh, I was just trying to light a candle. I don't want to use a lighter." And I'm like, "Mom, you almost burned the house down." She's like, "Oh, I know. Stuff happens." And I'm like, okay. And in case you guys kind of noticed, my voice is kind of off and my nose is stuffed, and that is because I'm sick again. I really hate being sick, oh my god. But yeah, so then afterwards what happens is she's like, "Oh, I tried to just like that," and I'm like, "Mom, do you realize that paper towel is extremely flammable?" And she's like, "Well, now I'll know." And then we all just had a great laugh about it, and I joke around with her about this all the time, and she doesn't really like it that much. But yeah, that is all the stories I had for today, guys. I do hope that you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, leave a like on this video, and also, since you're already here, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. The link is in the description below. If only I could speak English. But yeah, anyways, just, yeah, do all that if you really like this video, and if you just really want to support the channel, just, I don't know. But yeah, and that is all I had for today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Peace out.